Yo guys, what is up with you? Another prize picks and match prediction video on the channel. And today we're going to cover the two Copa America matchups that we have for Friday, June 29th. Actually, Friday, June 28th, my bad. And so the two matchups that we're going to see for today or tomorrow are Colombia versus Costa Rica and Paraguay versus Brazil. So again, you see Colombia for the first matchup against Costa Rica is the favorite. There are minus 305 at the time of making this video. And of course, Colombia won their first matchup against Paraguay, although it was just a 2-1 win. It was pretty close. And again, Costa Rica drew their first matchup against Brazil in a very surprising outcome. And I think this one is obviously Colombia is the favorite. Before in international friendlies they beat USA 5-1 or 5-0, if I remember correctly. And Paraguay gave them a bigger fight than we all thought. And then Costa Rica, they just withstood Brazil and went to a 0-0 draw. I still like Colombia in this matchup. I have no reason to bet against them. I feel like they can only get better. Of course, their players are better. Of course, with Luis Diaz, they have a few players playing in the Prem. Costa Rica, they still have Joe Campbell. I've always liked Joe Campbell for Costa Rica. He's always a great player. But I don't think can Costa Rica do it twice. First draw against Brazil and then again against Colombia get a good result. A draw or a win. I don't know. I think Colombia edges the win right here. So I would probably go with Colombia in this matchup that we're gonna see first for tomorrow. And then Paraguay versus Brazil. You see Brazil minus 280 favorite. As you see, Colombia is a bigger favorite over Costa Rica than Brazil is over Paraguay, and understandably so because Brazil drew against Costa Rica, and Paraguay is on paper they are a tougher team than Costa Rica, but I still think Brazil is going to come out and play desperate. I think they're going to have to score here. I think Brazil is going to wake up in this match. I think they'll score in the first half. I think they're going to, be super aggressive to start to, kind of calm the nerves and calm, all the talk and kind of all the criticism that's around this Brazil team. I do see Brazil winning this matchup. I don't see Brazil drawing or losing this matchup. That would be catastrophic. Of course, those things happen, but I think Brazil still has that quality in Vinicius, Rodrigo, and I think the weakness for me, in my opinion, I think it's their midfielder. Their midfielders with Bruno Guimaraes, like Lucas Paqueta. I feel like they're good players. They're just not super high caliber players. I feel like their defense is great, and their attacking is great, but I feel like their midfielders are just not up to the level of which like a Brazil should be. But again, I like Brazil in this one. Now let's go ahead and look into the player picks that we're gonna see. So let me go to this window over here on the left. Here we go. All right, so first of all, for Colombia, we see here a bunch of demon players, and there is not a lot of Colombia players or picks, which is the reason why I decided to do this like a double, a combo video and not separate them. So yeah, this only demon picks for some reason. I don't know. I don't understand why this. Maybe tomorrow there will be one. But you see Luis Diaz assist. He hasn't had an assist, and then Luis Diaz in shot and goals. He hasn't had a goal in the tournament. But this is a demon that I would like in this matchup. I feel like this shouldn't even be a demon, maybe a regular. I think Luis Diaz has to score sometime in this tournament. I think Costa Rica, they played very defensive against Brazil and they withstood them. But I think Colombia can get a goal, and I like Luis Diaz to score a goal in this matchup. Although it is going to be a very tough game, I do believe. But again, these I'm not really liking. As you see, there's only demon plays for Colombia. There's no over-unders that you can really take right here. That's honestly the only one that I really like. But Again, right here, assist. James Rodriguez, he had 2 against Paraguay. So if you would count on him to have another one, these are very risky plays. I like this one because I feel like James Rodriguez is a great player still, although he fell off from where he used to be. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Still playing for Colombia though, and he had 2 assists against Paraguay. So I do like the over on this one, but again, this is a super risky play. But I like this one a bit more than the Luis Diaz prop. But yeah, I don't know. These are so weird. I don't know why these are like this. They're probably gonna put up more tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know why these are like this at the moment. And you see right here, Costa Rica doesn't even have any. Maybe they are, putting them up or working on those. But let's go ahead and look at the Brazil. And with Brazil, we have a lot more. Right here, you have goalie saves for Alisson Becker. 2.0 is the line. He had 0 against Costa Rica. 2.0 saves. I don't know. I do think Brazil will play good. I don't think Paraguay is going to be that bad. They did manage to get 1 goal over against Colombia. 2.0 saves is a weird line. I feel like that's a line that he's probably projected to exactly have. So I would honestly stay away from this one. I feel like he would probably have 2 saves. This is why they put these up here to get you. So I don't really like this one at all. If it goes 1.5, I'd take the under. If it goes 2.5. If it goes 1.5, I'll take the over. If it goes 2.5, I'd take the under. So I'll probably definitely keep an eye on that and see if they change those. And then over here, we're going to go ahead and see passes attempted for Marquinhos, hitting 1.5 last time against Costa Rica. 81.5 against Paraguay. I do like the over on this one still. I think he's their, most important defender in terms of like getting ball touches. So as you see, he had 90 against Costa Rica. I think he barely gets over this on this one. And yeah, there's not much to say. I think Brazil's going to dominate ball, be the aggressive team. I don't see Paraguay, pushing up a line to make themselves vulnerable against like Vinicius and Rodrigo, again, their speed. So I like the over on this one for Marquinhos. I think he'll have enough to get over this line. And then we see right here, Vinicius, 29.5 passes attempted. So again, against Costa Rica at 23, I like the under on this one. Like I said, I think Paraguay is going to be a little bit tougher. I think maybe through moments in the game, they might have possession of the ball in which they, control it for a few minutes. And he only had 23 against Costa Rica, so I expect the under on this one for sure. Again, I don't think we'll have that high of, passes attempted. So I like the under on this one as well. And then finally, the shots. He had 0 against Costa Rica. Weirdly enough, he didn't have 0. But 3 is the line right here. And again, I just don't like these at all. The 3.0s, and Rodrigo has the same thing over here. Although I do like Rafinha and 2.5 shots. I like the over on this one. I feel like Rafinha is a little bit underrated. Although he does play in Barcelona, everyone knows about him now. But I think there's so much focus on Vinicius and so much focus on Rodrigo being from Real Madrid, right? And then Rafinha kind of gets left out. And you see he had 2 shots in the last game. And Rodrigo had 6 shots in the last game, which is weird. 3.0 is kind of a weird line. But if Rodrigo probably plays a striker, which is what happened in the last game, or a false 9, whatever you want to call it, I think he can get over this line. But I think it all depends on the formation they come out with. If they come out with that 3 attacking left formation, they had Vinicius on the left, Rafinha on the right, and Rodrigo in the middle. I think he can get over this line as well. But like I said, it depends on the formation. Something you gotta look out an hour before the game starts. So if he starts a striker, I probably take the over on that one for sure. And then last but not least, I want to see for Lucas Paqueta, 52.5 passes attempted, 57 against Costa Rica. I think he gets over this line again. Like I said, I don't think Paraguay He's gonna push up lines and try to take and put pressure on Brazil. Just to leave themselves vulnerable against Vinicius or anyone, or Rafinha or Rodrigo. I think he gets over this line again. 52.5 feels like a little bit lower than expected, especially considering that Costa Rica was defending for a lot of the game. I think Paraguay is going to do similarly. Maybe, like I said, at times it might have more possession of the ball, but I still think that I feel like this game might be close for a while there, while Paraguay defends and Brazil tries to get something going. So I still think he gets over this line on 52.5. And now let's see. So Paraguay here is, again, like I said, I remember, the props sometimes are going in and out, and they're taking them off. Sometimes they put them back in. But a few that I like for Paraguay is goalie saves on 4.0. You see right here, Carlos Coronel, he had 0 against Colombia. And I think that, I don't know, I feel Brazil, like I said, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to be they're going to try to score a lot, especially early on in the game, like I said, to get over those nerves, get over that criticism they've been going through lately. Even Ronaldinho criticized this team, which was weird. But like I said, this is weird. A weird line as well, just because he didn't start last game. It was a different goalie that started, so unless he starts, you take the under on that one. But I feel like whatever goalie starts for Paraguay, you probably take the under. I don't know why this one's up here. I don't know. It's a weird one for me. Then Almiron was arguably their best player. You see 16.5 passes against Colombia. I think he gets under on this one. 16.5 seems a little bit high. Like I said, Brazil probably have possession of the ball way more. And then the last one that I like is Omar Aldrete right here. 32.5 passes attempted against Colombia, had 28. I still like the under on this one, but just barely. Same logic here. Brazil will dominate possession of the ball. So I do like the under on this one. And with that, I leave you guys this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys watched that bracket prediction that I had for the Euro Cup. Again, keep letting me know which ones you guys like, which player picks I'm missing that you guys are still liking. But yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see what happens.